Good morning.
Ooh, ooh.
Welcome into Boston has entered the chat. George Balkeji, Travis Thomas.
Wake up!
Here inside the Salem 5 studios. I wish you guys could hear us during commercial.
Oh, it is intense.
It is just a shouting match.
Yeah, it is.
Over everything being taken out of context.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's the show.
It,
We'll give you our takes. We'll give you our opinions. We want to hear you guys call in with yours. 617-790-0928 to leave a voicemail.
Yep.
As someone that's still going to be patient with Drake May, I think eventually he'll be a $500 million man.
Agreed.
That's a quarterback market. That's what he could be in. We'll wait till after year 4, though, I believe.
Agreed.
It'll be a year 3 extension.
I agree.
As someone that would not have given up on Josh Allen, but everyone wanted to give up on Drake May, you would have given up on Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It's part of the show.
and as people who agree that Ramondre Stevenson should be cut.
People.
And not on the...
You.
Yeah, me and you.
Nope, don't agree on that.
We don't agree on
I'm being patient with Ramondre Stevenson. And I'm
Well-
also owning me as a GM. If I'm building that roster,
Yeah.
I did not put enough talent around to get rid of a good football player.
Okay, well, we have a lot to discuss on this program because I think he should be gone out of here.
We'll get into all that and more. We'll start with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Massive 3-game series starting tonight. Lucas Giolito against Gosman in Game 1. Garrett Crochet against Max Scherzer in Game 2. That'll be interesting. And then Brian Bayo against Shane Bieber in Game 3. Again, that one will be interesting because Giolito has lost some velo when it's come to the month of September. Crochet has been Crochet. Brian Bayo, a 5.8 ERA in this month as well. Most importantly, the Red Sox with a small cushion, 1 game up from the final wild card spot. They're second currently in the wild card standings.
Right.
The Blue Jays clinched a playoff berth, but have just a 2-game lead for the division title over the New York Yankees. So they have to play this thing all the way through.
Sure.
The Red Sox have not made it easy on themselves in this month, and they're not yet in the postseason. This is a massive, massive 3-game series before they come back home to host the Tigers for a 3-game series.
For another massive, I
Yep.
mean, it's massive the rest of the way. So here's the truth, okay? And I think we can all agree on this. We want the playoffs around here in October, right? But the playoffs in earnest start now. Like this is playoff baseball, really. If you want to get in the postseason, you must win these series. And I'm looking right at pitching. And I know you and I go back and forth a lot. Sometimes I'm on the lineup and you're like, Trav, it's the pitching. Sometimes you're on the lineup and I'm on the pitching. For this specific series in the 6 against the Blue Jays, it's pitching. It's Lucas Giolito, it's Crochet, and it's Bayo. Let's start tonight with Giolito. Now, Giolito, his last few outings, he hasn't really looked bad, but he caught some L's because he wasn't getting run support. Against the Diamondbacks, against the Yankees, he pitched really well. No run support there, he caught the L's. And I walked away thinking, he pitched good enough to win those games. Against a team with no city in the Athletics, he got touched up. Oh, voila, what do you know? He got run support and he won, but he didn't look great. So I need a consistent Lucas Giolito here because if this team not only is going to make the postseason, but actually do something in it, it's Giolito, it's Crochet, and it's Bayo. That's your big 3. We talk about that all the time. So you must go into this postseason pitching well, and to get there, we need you pitching well. I need consistency from him. I'm going to leave Garrett Crochet alone because in my book, he's the Cy Young. In my book, he's the MVP of this team.
Yeah.
We know what we're getting. We're good. In fact, I'm glad he's pitching tomorrow night, so he's rested for Game 1 wild card. Cool. Check. Brian Bayo, you're the one, my friend. You have not pitched well, period, your last few outings. You have got to turn it around because this team's going nowhere fast if you don't.
Yeah.
This is a huge, massive series. I think because it's going to be a playoff atmosphere, playoff implications, I think we get playoff results. This is going to be low scoring, a lot of mound visits, a lot of lineup tinkering, a lot of Alex Cora playing chess out here.
Yeah.
I think the Sox take 2 out of 3, low scoring against the Blue Jays, who are very hot right now.
Yes.
But it should be noted, I just want to caution everyone, Kevin Gosman, as hot as he's been, he is not Garrett Crochet. He is not an ace. He's a 500 pitcher who's hot right now. You got to shut that down. Max Scherzer is 156 years old. Based on that, as an old man my damn self, I know how it goes. How do you feel that morning when you wake up? Are you achy? Do you feel good? Oh, if you feel good, Scherzer's on. But if he wakes up and he turns into old man Winter, he gets lit up. You got to light him up. And then finally, Shane Bieber, who's a reclamation project. We were talking about kicking the tires on Shane Bieber at the trade deadline. Remember that?
Yes.
Well, the Blue Jays did, and it's working, but he's still a reclamation project. He can be had. I think your pitching is the key in this series. I like the Sox with our big 3 against theirs, if you want to call it that. I don't trust the Blue Jays as far as I can throw them. Sox take 2 out of 3 low-scoring playoff-type games.
So it's funny because as you open, you always say, one of us will be on the lineup. That's what it comes down to for me.
Sure.
In a low-scoring game, you cannot tell me the Red Sox will win because the pitching can get the job done, but you can't win if you're only getting 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah.
And that's where the difference is. You could say Kevin Gausman isn't that good. He's only a 500 pitcher. He has a sub-1 ERA his last 30 innings pitched. And guess what? When you're facing a lineup like the Red Sox, where Masataka Yoshida is hitting 4th, Nathaniel Lowe is a 6-hitter, when you have Ceddanne Rafaela in the slump that he is, Willie Abreu going 0 for 4 strikeouts, it'll be just his 2nd game back from injury. Carlos Narvaez, who hit his wall a while back. That's 5 guys in the lineup. Alex Bregman still not back to what he once was. When it's just Jarren Duran, Trevor Story, and in spurts, Alex Bregman, in spurts, Romy Gonzalez, in spurts, Nate Eaton.
Sure.
That's not enough. Yeah. And this lineup is just simply not good enough. Go back to last time we saw them on the field, where this is the potential to sweep, give themselves more cushion in the standings. Nathaniel Lowe strikes out with the bases loaded twice and with runners on the corners once as well. 8 guys he left on base. All those runners in scoring position. That's what this team continues to do. And the starting pitching, where all Crochet's been nails, Bayo has a almost 6 ERA. Giolito's lost velocity off of all his pitches. I don't trust this Red Sox team. And this is a team that's overcome a lot of injuries. Tristan Casas, Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, trading away Rafael Devers, Christian Campbell, who's expected to be starting second baseman, needing to be sent down to the minors to continue to develop, and he's still down there in Worcester. Along with everything, Hunter Dobbins, Richard Fitz, everything happening with the rotation, Tanner Houck, Cutter Crawford, and throughout their bullpen as well. This is a team that left no stones unturned, except at the trade deadline. They could have gotten a bat. They could have gotten a better bullpen arm. They could have got a better rotation arm. They've left no stone unturned, but it's a matter of when it gets to this time of year, how hot the Blue Jays have been and how good the lineup is, too. Yeah. George Springer, Alejandro Kirk, all these guys that they have in their lineup, how good they can be. The Blue Jays have the advantage with the bats, and I think that's what's been the Red Sox issue, has been the bats. And that's where the Blue Jays have the advantage in this 3-game series.
It's just interesting. I'm looking at the AL, and I'm always taking notes here. My wife sometimes, every time I see you on TV, you're writing. I'm like, I'm writing stuff to go back at this monster I'm across the table from, because he always comes with all these facts, right? I'm like a lawyer out here. But I'm writing down these teams, and I'm kind of doing like a trust exercise, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I just wrote down Blue Jays, Yankees, Mariners, Tigers, Sox, Guards, or Stros, depending, right? Who the hell do you trust in this group? You know what the answer is? No one. So that means the American League's wide open. Now, I'll say this, George, respectfully.
Yeah.
I think the answer should be the Blue Jays, if we're being honest. Wire to wire, this team, let me shoot them some bail. Let me give them some respect here. The Blue Jays have been really good all year long. And none of us, all of us talking, none of us trust them. Mm-hmm. Why? Okay? If the Blue Jays come out here and sweep the Red Sox, I have to now be a believer. I don't see that happening, but I just don't trust them. And they might be the most disrespected top seed ever because I haven't heard anyone pick them to do anything. I don't even know if the people in the 6 in Toronto believe in the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
The Yankees, we know around here, especially, this is not some great Yankees team. The Mariners are a team I bet on, but that's only based on the trade deadline and the moves they made that are all paying off, by the way. Another topic for another day, what the Sox didn't do. The Tigers are young and sort of falling apart at the seams right now.
Yep.
The Guardians are hot, but can they get in? Can they win the division? We don't know. Can they be a wild card? And the Astros are old as hell.
Yeah.
So it's a wide open AL, which is why I say the playoffs start in earnest tonight.
When you go through that exercise of naming teams and if you trust them, I'll come back at you with this. All right, ready? Okay. Tell me who you trust. And you can just say out of the names I'm about to list, how many, all right? You don't have to say the particular names.
Okay.
In a monumental game with playoff implications.
Yes.
Masataka Yoshida, Romy Gonzalez, Nathaniel Lowe, Carlos Narvaez, Willie Abreu, Ceddanne Rafaela.
I hate you right now.
Out of those 6 names, who do you trust?
I mean, bro, I get it.
Give me a number.
I get where you're going.
Give me a number.
You're going lineup here. I see the exercise.
It's
not a good number. No, it's not a good number. So
that's 0.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. And that is our 4 through 9 hitters in this lineup.
Yeah.
Ceddanne Rafaela has shown the flashes of being clutch.
Right.
But it has to be consistent. Willie Abreu, it will be his 2nd game back. It's still going to take more time for his timing to get down and get his eyes back under him. He missed 29 days of baseball being in the lineup. Carlos Narvaez, he doesn't have the legs under him. We expected this, and this being his full season as a catcher. and Yoshida, Gonzalez, Lowe, especially Romy and Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe, they signed off the couch. Romy Gonzalez is a utility player. And Masataka Yoshida, he's hitting fourth because he has $18 million attached.
Can I call a timeout on this?
Yes.
Because I like that exercise, which is why I say it's like being a lawyer up here because we're going back and forth.
Come back at you with it.
But I time it out because it's why I pointed to the pitching. Hold on, stay with me.
Yeah.
If my big three can give me what I need, which I have to believe they can, and Giolito, Bayo, who has to pitch better, and Crochet for sure, check. Then we see this all the time in playoff baseball where, yes, sometimes your lineups, they play small ball, they're not big power teams, they can get hot. There can be a guy out of those names you just gave me or two who get hot or just have a big game in the moment, and because your pitching kept you in the game, kept you in the deep waters, in the championship rounds, one of those guys who come out of nowhere and you're like, oh my God, what a Herculean effort. Well, it got you the 3-2 win. Mm-hmm. You with me? So you're not wrong, but it's just if your pitching can get you there, can keep you in the game, one of those guys can come up big for you. Yeah. I'm not saying you want to depend on it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying the roster construction is great. I'm just saying it happens all the time in postseason baseball. It's the pitching.
What I think it'll be is that game 2, Crochet versus Scherzer, they take game 2. I really do think.
Me too.
Scherzer, it's hit or miss.
Yes.
And really his job at this point, he wants to eat up innings because he knows what his role is.
Yes.
Go out there, just eat up a ton of innings, save the bullpen for the next day.
That's right.
But with Giolito and Gausman has been on fire. Giolito's kind of fallen off, but that's a coin flip. Bayo versus Bieber, I am concerned about Brian Bayo, what he's put together in September. Last time he was out against the Athletics, he was getting touched up in Fenway, right? He was letting up long balls. He was letting up all hits early on in the game, too.
Bro.
This is a team that can't put themselves in a hole because of their lack of power.
Yeah.
And this is a team that the starting pitching especially needs to get the job done. Once they get to Whitlock Chapman, whatever the score is, like it sticks at that for the opponent.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the 8th, 9th. That is their issue. Outside of Crochet, it's just not, you cannot rely on it. And that's the issue with this team.
Well, Alex Cora is going to be playing a lot of chess with this team. I mean, listen, I can't sit up here and, with a right mind, defend some of the holes you poked in this lineup. I can't do it. But again, I just go back to a wide open American League. There is no Dodgers in the American League. There is no Phillies, who have some issues too, but they are a powerhouse. Like in the NL, it's kind of wide open, but it's more with the heavies. It's more Dodgers, Padres. There's 3 or 4 teams that you could say, all right, if it's not the Dodgers, that makes sense that they're in the World Series. In the American League, if you told me the Guardians win the division, which I think they will, by the way, 9-1 in their last 10, we know how hot they've been. The Tigers are falling apart, George. They're showing their age, their lack of experience. They're 1-9 in their last 10. They could choke this away. They could be a wild card team. Yeah. And the damn Guardians win
get
that
in
division.
as a division winner.
If you told me because they're so hot and they got in and they go to the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked because that's how wide open the AL is. That's not the case in the NL. It's only 3 or 4 teams. I say all that to say, Alex Cora, Bregman, a guy who's been here, done that, right? Crochet, as good as he's been. You do have some horses here. You do have some guys. You do have some units that can maybe get you there in a true, wide open, Wild Wild West style American League. That's all.
Hey, Garrett Crochet starting on Tuesday. That lines him up to be the game 1 starter in a wild card series, potentially.
Yes.
That's what everything is aligning with, too.
You want to close your eyes and play this? We don't have a lot of time. Right now, Guardians, Tigers in the wild card. Who would you take? Just answer quick.
Guardians.
Me too. Sox go to the Bronx against the Yankees. Who would you take? Do it. Say it.
I'm going lineup. I'm going Yankees, especially home.
Okay, then the Yankees
best
go to
of 3.
Okay, Yankees go to Toronto. Who would you take?
Toronto.
Quick. Toronto. You said Guardians. Guardians go to Seattle. Who would you take? Come on.
Seattle. This is
okay. So you have Seattle, Toronto, ALCS.
Jesus.
That's not shocking. That's chalky, but it's not shocking.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning that series?
I would go Seattle on that.
Me too.
And I'd be astonished to say that, but I think because of their home field, it would help them out.
We're not that far off. I guess my point of that exercise was, do you feel how gross you felt with some of those matchups?
I was like, none of this is exciting.
It's the American League. Why not the Red Sox?
Survive in advance. That's fair. That's fair. Just get in, mess around.
Yes.
You have the ace, and Garrett Crochet.
We don't have to do the exercise because we don't have time. But Dodgers, listen to this. Dodgers, Padres, Cubs, Brewers, Phillies. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different. In the American League, it's wide open. Why not?
We'll see what the Red Sox can make. Noise starts tonight, 7:07 first pitch, I believe. That'll be all 3 games this week. It starts tonight, 7:07, with the Red Sox up in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. Massive 3 games. And as always, we'll be recapping all the games right here on Boston's End of the Chat every morning. Catch Hour 1, 8 to 9 a.m. on NESN. Hour 2, 9 to 10 a.m. on NESN Nation. We'll take a quick break on Boston's End of the Chat. We'll be right back after this with some more on Mike Vrabel and Ramondre Stevenson's fumbling issues.
Well, we got to continue to practice the crap out of it. We also have to do a better job of protecting said person with the ball, whether that's the quarterback, whether that's the running back, or the receiver. And we're all responsible for the security of the football, and starts with the person who has it. And then it falls on the people that are blocking. And again, we'll continue to rep it, and if we have to put 2 hands on the football, and when we're going through there, that's what we'll have to do. The only thing I know how to do is to continue to practice it and work it, but then also. Maybe it's not so much the person that you see, it's the one you don't see. And there was a few opportunities that we can show them here in a little bit of that. And yes, the person is responsible for taking care of the football. But again, the other people are also have a critical job in ball security.
That was Mike Vrabel
Man.
talking about respect the team, right? That's what he said day one. Respect the team, I'll respect you back.
Man.
Got to hold on to the football to respect the team. And it's more than Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson fumbling. Drake May fumbling on that strip sack. You hear him talking about taking care of the football. Look, 5 turnovers they had on Sunday. They lost 21-14. 2 of those turnovers in the red zone. At worst, a 28-21 victory should have been for the Patriots, especially with 1 interception on a wide-open receiver in the corner of the end zone. The fumble lost by Ramondre Stevenson as he's about to break the plane, right?
Yeah.
So you swing either way, that could be a different outcome. It's a 2-1 team. Mike Vrabel still looks frustrated.
No. Yeah, he
pissed off.
He looks downtrodden about
I don't want to
this.
say dejected because
I get
that's
some
not who
dejection.
he is 3 games into the season.
I get some for this
But he'll
issue.
be frustrated, and he'll let it know he's not pleased with what he's
I
getting.
disagree. He seems very dejected for this topic, the fumbling. And you know what I think? I wish I could have a beer. I wish I was close enough with him where I could get a beer with him off record. I bet you what drives him nuts and why you get that body language and that sort of tone from him is because he played on the defensive end at such a high level. He knows. Mike Tomlin told you after the game that the Steelers were going after Ramondre Stevenson because he has issues fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
And they were punching it out. They were attacking it. Every team does that. It's also like defensively, offenses do that. They'll find your corner that's the weakest link and they'll attack them all day long. It's the same thing. And I bet you that's what's driving Graves nuts because he probably wants to get rid of this kid.
Yeah.
He can't. This team doesn't have the talent. What are you going to do? I mean, you don't have depth at running back. You don't have enough playmakers on offense, period. And then you see Ramondre against the Dolphins the last week. He looked really good. He was a true weapon. You don't have that walking around in your locker room. You don't have that you can fall back on if you cut this guy. That's what's killing Braves, I think. That's a little like in-depth, like I'm his shrink or something. But in my mind, he knows this is our weakest link. This guy fumbles the damn ball. He has butterfingers. I want to get rid of him. I can't because we don't have the playmakers here. So I have to put him in timeout and coach him up. That's what he's saying. We got to sit him down. All I can do is teach. That's what that means. He's frustrated as hell.
Yeah.
It's like I have kids. All parenting is repeating yourself. I tell the kids the same thing every damn day. Pick up your toys. Don't do that. Make sure you use your manners. Rinse and repeat, okay? It drives you nuts, but that's what it is. What am I going to do? Cut my son? You can't do it. That's why Vrabel's stressed out, bro. I recognize the look and the tone. I'm telling you what I know, bro. He wants to get rid of the guy. He can't.
I'm just picturing you calling your son, hey, meet me in the living room. Bring your iPad.
I cut his arse.
Look, give me the playbook. You're done.
Yeah, you're done, kid.
You're done. Go ahead.
We're moving in a different direction. My daughter's doing a better job. Your sister's listening. You're out. Simple. Boom, done.
I'm sorry, that visual is just absolutely amazing.
Dad, but wait, no, get out.
But you're right. I signed a 13-year contract, an 18-year contract. I got 13 years left.
I'll eat the money. Just beat it. Good luck with your next endeavor.
What you're right, though, with Vrabel is that the frustration that he's feeling.
Yeah.
Because everything you're saying when he's like, I can teach it. Because that's what coaching is.
Yeah.
It's stuff that he's drilled into them since the beginning of OTAs. Take care of the football. Hold on to the football. Ball security. Most important thing is the football. If we execute on the little things, take care of the little things, the big outcome will come. Don't worry about winning games.
Right.
We're about executing on that play, drive to drive, play to play, all that. And then the end result, we're going to win some games and maybe get into the playoffs.
Sure.
Like that's basically what he's saying to them. And then he sees 2 soft fumbles from Ramondre, a soft fumble from Antonio Gibson. Drake May doing good. Okay, bad.
Yeah.
Too much at the end.
Yeah.
It's that this is a team that he knows, and he said it from day one. Hopefully what we can do is take advantage of bad football. They were able defensively to do that against the Steelers.
Yeah.
But they were the team displaying the bad football
That's
on
right.
Sunday.
It's fixable.
And it's the second time in the last 3 games we've seen it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the football was bad against the Dolphins, too. If they don't have that kick return touchdown after the punt return, this is an 0-3 team. Like, you need that team to be equally as bad across from you. And a shootout with an imploding Dolphins team and Tua Tagovailoa, like he knows how close they are to being 0-3. It's not even how close they are to being 2-1.
Are you listening to yourself?
What?
You have this team with 11 wins. Where?
And see how easy the schedule is. But if they don't fix this, then where are those wins going to come from? Because that's where it comes in the coin flip games. A Titans game. Maybe even messing around. A Falcons game.
Right.
How good that Browns defense is, though? I don't think so.
Well, here's a stretch.
Again, every time I said they get 10 to 11 wins and they get into the playoffs, it's how easy their schedule is. And it got easier with Burrow going down, but they have to help themselves. And what I do like, everything that was their issue on Sunday is fixable. It is.
Here's a stretch, because you mentioned a couple of these teams. Week 6 through 9, they play Saints, Tennessee, home against the Browns, who you mentioned, and home against the Falcons. So I guess week 6 through 10. So, like, those, again, yes, in theory, you should win all those games. But if you're turning the ball over, and I'm only basing it on what I've seen from the Patriots so far, I can't give you those wins. And by the way, let's talk about this week, because we haven't even talked about it. This is a must-win game. The Panthers are rebuilding as well. They're probably at the same place you are. They're trying to figure out, is Bryce Young the guy? We're trying to figure out, is Drake May the guy, right? They had a couple new weapons here or there. We have a couple new weapons here or there. The defense is trying to figure it out. Our defense is trying. Like, everything lines up here. But here's the deal. The Patriots are at home. The Patriots, in theory, are a better team. On paper, at least, they look like a better team to me. This is a game you have to win. If you lose this damn game this week, you can kiss that playoff talk goodbye, as far as I'm concerned.
This is a team with 3 wins at home. 3 going back to 2023.
Oh, my God.
1-8, 2-6, 0-2 so far this season.
Yikes.
Yes, exactly. It's that type of bad with the football. And if you can't take care of it at home, then, you don't deserve to make the postseason.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick by what I say. I think they can sneak in as a wild card team, and they can get 10 to 11 wins, right? But that's just me wanting to stick with what my take was. And fine, I'm going to put my heels in the ground. I'm going to take it. It sounds ridiculous, and they don't prove any reason why. And I think, again, that goes back to the frustration that Mike Vrabel's facing.
Look, I predicted a 7-10 or 8-9 football team. I predicted what I would see, not so many turnovers, but they kind of look like what I thought they would. I don't see how you get to that. I don't see how this team makes a postseason. I damn sure don't see no 10, 11 wins with this team. But to your point, where we can agree on, their issues right now are fixable. I'll caution you this, though, because you're Mr. Keep Ramondre, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You said, put him on the bench, put him in timeout, let him figure it out. Okay. But then in the same breath, you say, Antonio Gibson, you're next man up.
Yeah.
I covered this dude.
Yeah.
Not just here in New England, at another stop.
In D.C.
He ain't there because he had a fumbling issue.
Yep.
We saw him on Sunday fumble the rock. You could go from bad to worse. You could go from Ramondre to this guy who fumbles too. Why not play the rookie? Why not? I get it. And you've gone through it. He wasn't the bell cow at Ohio State. If you make him the bell cow in the NFL, he'll get hurt. Well, damn it. I mean, just run him till the wheels fall off then, because I'm willing to take a chance on a guy I don't know enough about, but I've seen flashes of, oh, he could be special, than to keep giving it to guys that keep putting it on the turf time in and time out. I think the Patriots have an identity crisis at running back. They got to figure it out.
It's also even how this team operates in the wide receiving room. Because, all right, so his frustration there was being asked about turnovers, right? 4th and 1, Steelers territory, throws to Demario Douglas right on the sticks, maybe just short. And what does he do? He goes into Patriots territory instead of falling backwards.
Yeah.
Again, it's these dumb mistakes. It's these bad football mistakes. And that's a guy that's 4th in snaps on Sunday for wide receivers.
Right.
A guy that's expected to be a big focal point of this offense.
Sure.
But obviously the snap count is displaying to you and showing you he hasn't earned his way onto the field.
Yeah.
It's multiple layers to it all with this team,
fair.
too. And I said it before we started the season. They will make the playoffs because the quarterback in Drake May gets a grasp of this offense. And despite the bad turnovers he had, he was dealing towards the end, and he showed resiliency. Like he did in week 2. Like he did on Sunday. Even the way he was displaying it in certain ways in week 1 as well, right? He would keep throwing the ball downfield, but he was rushed. But week 2 and week 3, he showed resiliency. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
But I did say they will miss the playoffs because the defense doesn't uphold its end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
They did that on Sunday. The defense gives me confidence with this team. But why do you bring in Mike Vrabel? To win one-possession games.
Sure.
What did they just lose Sunday? A one-possession game.
Yeah.
And that's where you look at the coach and go, all right, this is why you're brought in.
Well,
it's hard. This roster is really bad. But you're supposed to start winning these types of games.
You make such a great point with Pop Douglas and sort of situational awareness, right? It also, maybe I'm just on the rookies today. I don't know. In one breath, I'm telling you, just play Travion. Let's see what we got, right? You bring up Pop Douglas. Has Kyle Williams got off a bus yet? 2 catches, 20 yards.
Yeah.
Get them involved. I'm not saying they're the end-all, be-all, but you drafted these kids for a reason. Mm-hmm. You don't have playmakers. You don't have the luxury of like the Eagles, of like, oh, he's not playing well, just go to their next 5-star player we have. You don't have that.
Yeah.
So play the kids. Let them learn. Baptism by fire. They're not doing that, and I think it's costing them. But how do you develop them if you don't play them, George?
They are with Kyle Williams, because what if I tell you he gets on the field, runs a slant?
They are what?
Listen, he gets on the field, runs a slant, gets a catch. Very next play, they have a sluggo route for him, slant and go up the field. But what can you do when you scheme that for your rookie wide receiver, and then he gets a hand right into his shoulder off the line of scrimmage and falls on the ground? It's an acclimation, and it's the growing and the maturity that this team needs to endure, the patience we need to have sitting at this desk, the patience of fans needs to have at home, but that's what it's going to be with this team. It's been a lot of bad football the last 3 years, like a lot of bad football, a lot of bad personnel, especially on offense. It's going to take a while for it to catch up.
Can I rebuttal?
Yeah.
Great. You said if he's trying to do all this and he's getting jammed at the line. Great. He's had 2 targets this year.
Yeah. Not finding his way on the field.
I'm saying you have to put him on the field to find his way, is my point.
Yeah.
If you're putting him in there, you see him get jammed, and you go, get him out of here, he's not ready. That's not fair to the kid. Leave him out there. If he gets jammed 7 times, and I can't trust him and I can't throw it to him, that's one thing. Let him get a feel. I think my point is, I'm not some Kyle Williams guy. I got butchered draft night, if you remember, because I was like, why'd you take him? You had this dude who's 6'4", you had this. So I'm not even sitting here trying to defend Kyle Williams. I guess my point is, if you look up and down this roster, the playmakers you do have, Ramondre we're talking about, Antonio Gibson we're talking about, they have issues. They can't hold on to the ball.
Go with the guys.
That's all I'm saying. Let the kids play. That's all I'm saying.
That organically will happen, but in week 4, because what you're asking for with Kyle Williams, you're saying, okay, Booty, not going to love this, Stephon Diggs, Mac Hollins on the field less. Those 3 receivers give them a better chance of winning than if they start giving snaps to Kyle Williams. So do you want to win football games, or do you want to develop for the future? Right now, they want to win football games. They can't give up on winning games yet.
I agree with that.
Later in the season, that may change.
Well, we may get there sooner than later.
This schedule, they should beat the Panthers. They'll lose to the Bills. But when they have Saints, Tennessee, okay, so they can win 3 of their next 4. Cleveland, Atlanta, Tampa, I don't know how that'll go. I don't know what Atlanta team will show up. I do know what Cleveland defense will show up. I do know what Tampa Bay offense will show up. I think those will be losses. I had them beating Cleveland before the season.
All right.
New York Jets. At the Bengals, no Joe Burrow. New York Giants, where it could be Jackson Dart, and he shouldn't be starting yet. Those are all winnable. They could go 3-0. And then all of a sudden, that's 6 more wins on top of that. That's 7 wins heading into their bye. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Tua Tagovailoa, and the Colts. Those are their last 4 games.
So
now do you see how I'm getting to 10, 11 wins?
You're telling me
9-win team.
Because I said it's a must-win in my mind.
Yeah.
Sunday. You're not there. I think it's a must-win for this team to sniff any playoffs or have any relevance of 9, 10, 11 wins, whatever the hell you think. You must win Sunday. You disagree with that statement based off what you just told me. They could lose Sunday, and you'll still have this a playoff team.
As a way if they can get to 9, 10 wins, yes. But again, I had this as a playoff team because of how soft their schedule is.
Right.
And that's why I think in a way Sunday was such a polarizing game where it was what were your expectations for the season? I'm someone that had them getting into the playoffs.
Yes.
I watch a game play out and I go, this is a really bad roster.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Drake May just started his 15th game. He just turned 23 years old. It's going to take time.
Man.
I bring up Kyle Williams because he wasn't seen as an immediate impact guy, but he can be good down the road. Same thing I think of Travion Henderson. I say all of that of, if they don't make the playoffs, I'm not going to be someone that will be pissed off.
Sure.
I'll just be like, yeah, that's the skill level of roster that you had.
I get it.
And then I'm going to look towards the GM, though, and I'm going to go, is he staying?
Right.
Because if he stays, then I'm going to be pissed off.
Sure. Fair enough.
That's a whole different story.
Fair enough.
Travis Thomas, George Balkeji, Boston has entered the chat. We'll be right back with some calls from you guys. 617-790-0928. Leave a voicemail. And talking some coaching state changes in college. Bill Belichick could be next. Wait, what? We'll be right back on the chat. What's up? Welcome back to Boston has entered the chat. Hey, you guys know 617-790-0928. Call in, leave a voicemail. We'll start out with our guy, Alan from Lawrence.
My man.
Calling about Ramondre Stevenson and that ball security.
Hey, good morning, guys. Alan from Lawrence, currently in Arizona. Okay, so yeah, Ramondre Stevens got to go. This isn't just a this year problem. This has been his problem, and you just can't move forward with that. It's not going to work. He's not going to work. They just need to move on. I don't know what the answer is, because I would have been happy to say that that's okay, but then Gibson gives it up. Like, what is going on? But this is what young teams do. I like what I'm seeing from Drake May. I am not liking what I am seeing from the Red Sox. This is a nightmare scenario. 6 games to go. And I could just see them being a game out. Tragic. So let's hope for a good week. Thank you, guys.
Oh, damn.
Alan laying it all out there.
Oh, man, he took all the air out of my... He was building me up. Ramondre's got to go. He's fumbling. It's been an ongoing problem. I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, the Red Sox aren't going to make the playoffs. All the air just...
I witnessed it live. Look.
Alan, you're killing me.
Ramondre Stevenson, his 5 seasons in the league. Fumbles lost. 2. Here
we go.
1, 3, 2. Fumbles the last 3 seasons. Lost or recovered. The fact you're putting the football on the floor, you can't do it. 1, 7, 2. It's not good enough. That's 10 fumbles over the last 3 seasons.
You want to keep them.
You can't afford to get rid of them.
So you want to bench
offense
them.
is not good enough. Yes.
And what's that going to prove?
I am not going to be shocked. If you're in a fantasy league, put in a waiver claim for Antonio Gibson because he's going to be RB1 for an offense that wants to run the ball.
He going to fumble.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
He going to fumble too.
Maybe he cleans it up. He doesn't have the fumbling issues that Ramondre Stevenson
Go back to
does.
Ramondre. You want to bench him, put him in timeout, and then what?
And then he works on it and you hope for improvement. And if not, then you bench him.
Ain't he been working on it?
One injury away, you're only faced with a rookie running back, right? If you bench him and if you get rid of him. And then who? What? Who's the guy from before camp?
Who?
Efton? Not Efton Chisholm. The Christian McCaffrey of the FCS coming out of UC Davis.
I remember.
Yeah,
but
you're one injury away from it being him and Travion Henderson leading the backfield, and you can't afford that.
I will self-admittedly be very disrespectful here.
This offense isn't good enough to get rid of a starting backup level player.
No, he's fine. Look, this is disrespectful to the position, but there's only a couple Derrick Henrys who fumbled last night, a couple Christian McCaffreys in this league, Saquon Barkley's. For the most part, running backs are interchangeable. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Get rid of the guy that can't hang on to the G-damn ball and go get one off the street. He's not going to be as dynamic as a Ramondre, but you know what he's not going to do is fumble the ball. And then go get me 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
And then it's 3rd and 8. Okay, we'll figure it out. but you didn't turn the ball over. The thing is with Ramondre, he's not fumbling the ball in the middle of the field, brother. He is going across the goal line. Touchdown, Patriots. Oh,
The
snap,
worst thing
it's
possible
not.
you can do.
Yeah, like, I can't have that on my roster. But kudos to Vrabel and the crew and you because you're all merciful. I am not.
It's literally, we see Najee Harris go down just last night, right? Or
Yeah.
just on Sunday, go down with that torn Achilles. How fickle the position is. And there truly is. It's top heavy of the elite guys.
Sure.
But there isn't a lot of depth around the league. And again, with a rookie running back, it's hard to learn this Josh McDaniels system. Now, this is on the OC. You have to simplify what you're doing and
Yes.
make it easy for a rookie to grasp it. This is on the OC. And Tony Dews, a running backs coach.
Preach.
Teach Antonio Gibson or Ramondre Stevenson to hold on to the rock.
Yes, final note. Covered him in D.C. Antonio Gibson is not in D.C. not because he couldn't play. It's because he kept fumbling the ball. He had fumbleitis.
The redundancy in this offense that we see in the receiving room
Just
and in
saying.
the running back room, it can hurt them. All right, so moving on. Auburn. They're not looking for a new head coach.
Oh.
But they have a new head coach
Oh,
right
they-
before basketball season tips off in
I
just
thought
a
Bruce
few weeks.
Pearl was gone.
Nope, retired.
Okay, so.
Son Steven.
His son?
Yep, not interim, 5-year extension. Look, man. That's interesting. Bruce Pearl steps down now. He's been
Right.
coaching for a long time,
Yeah.
very accomplished.
Yeah.
But to step down and to Tennessee at this point, too, also go, no interim, just 5-year extension for the son. Little nepotism at work.
Yeah, a little.
Would you be shocked if you see this from Bill Belichick and his son, Steve?
I mean, listen, Bill's not going to step down to give it to his son. Bill's going to be removed from his post for his son.
You think they'd want to keep Steven in there?
Yeah, I think he can coach, actually. I think I told you that with this nepotism
He can.
contract he signed. When he signed, Bill, I'm talking about when he signed it, it was in writing. Like, when I'm done, my son takes over. And I remember telling you, that's the best move for UNC. Now, at the time when I said that, what did I know? But now that we're here, I think it's the best move for UNC. I don't think Bill's going to have that option. What Bruce Pearl did here, though, feels a little slimy to me, which I think is on brand. I think
Yes.
he's a slimy guy. I'm not sure. I know people that know him personally, and they say he's great. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. But I think he has a track record of some slimy, kind of scumbaggy things. This feels of that.
Yes.
College basketball is starting in 5 minutes.
On the eve
I'm
of the
done.
season
My
beginning.
son's got us.
Yep.
Huh? Like, this is messed up.
It's one of those things where you take it up to the 11th hour so you make sure your son gets it.
Yes.
And it's not a coincidence. He steps down, and within the same day, the same afternoon, a 5-year extension is given out to his son.
Yeah.
It's a backdoor deal.
Yep.
Hey, my son's been with me since I took over in 2014.
Yep.
He's an associate head coach. He has the experience. I want him to take over. I want him to have it next. I'm thinking of retiring.
Yep.
And then you go, all right, extension good? You guys good? Numbers good? Years? 5
Yeah.
years? Good? You like that salary? Awesome. I'm out. It's not a coincidence that it all happened within one day.
War Eagle,
Tennessee
I
knew it was
guess.
coming.
Yeah.
He,
You mean Auburn?
Auburn.
Well,
Knew
he
it was
coached
coming.
at Tennessee.
Yes.
That's why I keep saying
Auburn knew it was coming.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. To your point, though, it's slick.
It is slick.
Nasty work.
Hey, he owes me some money. I done bet on Bruce Pearl at Tennessee, at Auburn, you name it, and he's never won jack schnikes. Bruce, I'm coming from my money. You better believe it. I'm going to see you one day.
They're the whispers he'll be the next Tommy Tuberville to go from coaching into politics.
I could see it. Couldn't you?
1,000%. The guy
Yeah, I
knows
could
how to
see it.
own a room.
He's a used car salesman,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I would like more than that, though, for like the leader of
Yeah.
to be in a political part of power. You know?
Same.
Like, actually know what you're doing.
Same.
Hey, so Lions talking Monday Night Football. You were all over this, my friend.
Well, I was on
Take
the over.
The over.
Yeah, I was on the over.
That's what you were all over.
Yes.
You said shootout. You said take
Yes.
the over. It was 53.5 when we were looking at it yesterday morning.
Yes.
68 is what it finishes with.
Yeah.
38-30 the final. We saw two defenses get diced up. You know me, I was all on the Ravens. I was
were.
all on Derrick Henry. He fumbles again. And the Ravens now, they fall to the point. They're 1-2.
Yeah.
And the Lions, awful start to the season, now 2-1. This was a big win. And it could swing a lot for both teams.
It could, but this is more about the Ravens than it is the Lions. Now, for you, it's probably maybe a little more Lions because you never believed in them.
Yep.
I have the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and look, I'm not going to burn that ticket, but I'm not feeling good about it.
The
By the
defense
way,
worries me.
By the way, Sunday afternoon, they take on the Chiefs in Arrowhead,
Yep.
and the Chiefs in a must-win situation as well. So I'm concerned about the Ravens that the defense is absolutely putrid. I have never, in all my years, seen a Ravens defense get pushed around and run on and bullied the way that this team does consistently. That's a problem. And when you get in the postseason and it's January and it's snowing and you got James Cook and you got all these great backs running against you. I know Derrick Henry's great, but on the other side, You have great running backs you have to deal with, and they can run down your face.
Yep.
You're in trouble, and you're not going anywhere.
When they face good quarterback play, Josh Allen, they let up 40 points. Jared Goff, 30 points.
Yeah.
38, excuse me, that this defense has allowed. That is really, really alarming. This is a Ravens team that, yes, they have the most talented backfield when it comes to what the quarterback and the running back can do. But with Derrick Henry putting the ball on the ground, getting pushed around the line of scrimmage.
Bro.
The amount of space David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs had to work with before even having a defender in their vicinity.
That's right.
If you continue to let that happen against Isaiah Pacheco, who they have next, against Kyron Williams and the Rams 2 weeks after that, DeAndre Swift in Chicago,
Bro.
Devin Achane in Miami. Like, these teams may not be great,
yes,
but you're making life easy on them because you can't get stops. You have to help out your quarterback.
That's right.
And the running back has to help out the offense, too.
Well, I mean, look, Derrick Henry, the fumbles killed him. I get it. I think offensively they'll be fine. I don't have a lot of concerns as it pertains to the Ravens. But defensively, they are not winning anything if they can't stop the run. It's just that simple.
Secondary looks shaky, too.
Yeah.
They're getting diced up everywhere. It is
The
alarming.
defense sucks.
Yep. All right, we'll get into a game of buy or sell coming up after the break. All the 3-0 teams left in the NFL. This one will be more fun than the 0-2 teams.
Yes.
3-0 teams, are we buying? Are we selling? That'd be the Buccaneers. That'd be the Eagles.
Ooh.
That'd be playing more of the Chargers as
Ooh.
well. Coming up after the break, right here on Boston Has Entered the Chat. So we were going to start with buy or sell.
Yeah.
But you guys are the best. And you left us a voicemail.
They
over the
always
break.
do.
617-790-0928.
Come on.
Here's a caller we got in during the break. I haven't heard it yet. Check it out right here.
Does anybody know whether Ramondre Stevenson has small hands? There was a screenshot of his first fumble, and it really looked like his hand was pretty small covering the football. Thanks, bye.
It's just coming out now, 5 years into the league. He has small hands. The guy's a fumbling issue. We're going to go Zapruder film. He could have the biggest hands in the world. If you're fumbling, you're fumbling. Come on. We're going screenshots now.
I think it's a fair question.
Oh, there we got.
We're waiting on you, Mr. Measurements. I mean, Will Campbell during draft time, you were all about the arm length. And Trav, I don't know. He's got T-Rex arms. I don't know if he can play left tackle. But now, someone asks about your boy, Ramondre, who you want on this team that you believe in. Give him a chance. Put him on the bench, Trav. Just put him in timeout. He'll be okay. I don't know why I did your voice like that. You have more bass. But I'm saying, someone's telling you the measurement might be off. He might have small hands. Now you have nothing to say? I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be hands. It could be mentality. It could be he just has butterfingers. I don't know, but I know this. He has a fumbling problem, and he needs to take it to another franchise, not this one.
Measurement from source other than NFL Combine, 26th percentile in hand size. So, below average. So what do you
The
want?
defense rests, Your Honor.
26th percentile.
No further questions.
It is what it is. All right, let's get to buy or sell.
Yeah, let's.
Do you buy or do you sell Ramondre Stevenson being salvageable for the Patriots? Buy. Look, guys, I'm going to be patient. I'm sorry. All right?
Hey, Jen A, can I get the ISO? Oh, I dropped my paddle.
All right,
Damn.
enough of this.
Damn. I couldn't even. Sorry about that. Oh, would you look at that? See what I mean? Could you do a show with me like that the whole time if it was buy or sell? And I was like, George, I'm going to fumble
I
away
deal
the
with
show.
every morning starting at 8 a.m. You think, you think he's the only one?
You deal with worse than that, actually.
All
than
right,
me. It's true.
Let's get into the remaining 3-0 teams. Let's actually
All right.
have a fun football conversation.
Yeah.
We'll start it with, I guess they're surprising, the LA Chargers.
Not
Buy or
surprising.
sell them as a 3-0 team that they are legit.
Not surprising at all.
I'm buying it.
Not surprising
I'm
at
buying
all.
it. I didn't think the defense would be this good.
Agreed.
But we knew in Jim Harbaugh in year 2, with the foundation they laid in year 1, they would be better. They got
Bingo.
O'Marion Hampton, which changes the whole dynamic of the offense of getting a running back in there. But J.K. Dobbins was great last year.
Yeah.
But it's also what that run game is doing, where there's still a threat up front. And now with Quentin Johnson holding on to the football, reuniting Keenan Allen with Justin Herbert, getting Ladd McConkey into the fold, that this passing game is taking off. And Justin Herbert, by the way, is healthy. Without a starting left tackle. Now they moved Joe Alt to the left side, and he's a really good starting left tackle. I buy this Chargers team because the defense is elite. Jesse Minter is going to be a head coach very soon. But the offensive way it's structured, it is working. And Justin Herbert, man, is healthy. And he's showing how he is a top 5 talent at the position.
Everybody talks about Harbaugh and Herbert and that connection, and obviously it makes sense. So I'm not going to piggyback you there. I'll just give you a blind spot that a lot of people have. The Chargers have drafted so well since Jim Harbaugh has been there. And one of the reasons is because he's not that far removed from college football. He recruited these kids. He played against these kids. They are one draft away from me putting my money on them to win the Super Bowl. I will bet the Chargers next year to win the Super Bowl. I don't think this is the year, but
Still
I think they're
up.
very close. Harbaugh and Herbert will win the Super Bowl next year. I think they're very close. They're one draft away.
All right, now the Buffalo Bills. Buy or sell. They're 3-0. Them is a legit team. There's a gasp there.
It's buyer beware. But I'm buying. But here's my question. How many more years are we going to play that? If they don't do it this year, they're never going to do it.
If they don't make it back to the AFC Championship game, they need to fire Sean McDermott. Because the only thing Josh Allen is doing for Sean McDermott is giving him a longer leash.
Wait, you're buying them?
No, I'm selling them.
Selling?
So this is a team we will see start 9-0. Because if Saints, Patriots, Falcons, Carolina, Chiefs, Miami, when they run into Baker and the Buccaneers, and that's a legitimate test, just like the Ravens were, I think that'll be their first loss. But I'm selling them as they will have a good record, but they won't be legitimate in the postseason because this defense doesn't get stops. They don't win at the line of scrimmage, and they don't know how to tackle. Josh Allen can only be Superman for so long, where they will be a pretender out of the better records and with the elite quarterback. I think they waste another year of Josh Allen. But if they don't make it to the AFC Championship game, they need to fire Sean McDermott.
Wow.
They're going to have a good record, but they're not going to be a legitimate contender.
My brain goes to who's coaching them next, because what a gold mine you're walking into.
If they stay defensive-minded, they'd go Jesse Minter. If they want to go with an offensive coordinator, I'm not ready for that conversation yet. All right, next one that's undefeated, the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm going to sell.
Same.
Only because I actually think the championship window has closed for them.
Yeah.
I don't believe they can be or stay healthy at this point. And listen, the only reason they're even relevant and we're talking about them is because of Kyle Shanahan and his system, okay?
Yep.
So because of that, this team is a gambler's dream. You could take them to cover spreads no matter who's in the lineup. But as far as championships, which I'm assuming we're doing here for buy or sell, how real are you? Are you a real contender or are you a pretender? I'm not buying it.
They're 3-0, winning 17-13 and 16-15. So it's rock fights. And they just lost Nick Bosa.
Yes.
And this defense was already banged up.
They're never
you have Mac
healthy.
Jones starting. To your point of the window, when Ayuk's back, I don't even think the team wants him there. I don't think he wants to play there either.
They're never healthy.
I'm totally selling on the Niners as a 3-0 team. A good start to them.
Yeah.
All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, buy or sell?
I'm going to buy. I mean, look, I bet on the Packers to win the NFC, but that's only because I didn't want to bet against the Eagles or bet on the Eagles because you can't make any money there. So I'm looking for teams that can knock them off. I think the Packers are one, and at this point, I think the Bucs are one. I didn't believe it. I've been watching them all year. Baker Mayfield has been embraced there. He's really their franchise quarterback, and that team is his personality. I like this team. They could be in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to buy them right now, but they have beaten the Falcons, the Texans, and the Jets. 3 teams that are bad.
Yeah.
That's an easy walk schedule, and they just escaped 3 points against the Falcons, 1 against Houston, 2 against the Jets. It's been shootouts, but this is an offense that doesn't have Chris Godwin back yet. This is a defense that is banged up, but they always play well towards the end of the season. Philly, it's a litmus test. Seattle after that. That's the true test.
Yes.
I think Philly is a tier above them.
Yes.
They're the best team in the league. They are closer to Seattle, who I do think has a better roster.
Yes.
But that'll be the real test, especially on the road. I buy them because Baker.
Yep.
He wins games. He's composed.
Gamer.
He's cocky, but he's a winner. He's clutch.
Yep.
And I buy into Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka continuing to carry this offense as well. All right, next one. This is a fun one. The Indianapolis Colts. You buying them as a 3-0 team?
Can you give me your paddle so I can go 2 thumbs down?
No, because I'm buying them.
I wish I had 6 hands. Hell 9. Sell. Daniel Jones.
Yes.
Enough said. Hey, listen, I'll do this quickly because he believes in them. I told you last season Sam Darnold would turn back into a pumpkin at midnight. What happened? Midnight hit, what happened? He was a pumpkin. Guess what's going to happen to Daniel Jones? You just wait. They might make the postseason. I still don't believe it, but they might. Just wait. When that clock strikes midnight, Daniel Jones will be a pumpkin again.
But you know what? It doesn't have to all be on Daniel Jones. They have Jonathan Taylor, who's the best running back in the game so far. They have a deep receiving core. It's the defense, too. Lou Anarumo has all the toys at his disposal. With their front seven, how it's lined up. With their defensive line, how it's lined up. And he's the best defensive mind. I was amazed that the New York Giants was the team that didn't go out and get him. When he hit free agency because the Bengals fired him, because, by the way, they had no talent at all. But I said it from week 1. Daniel Jones working out with Indy makes sense. It's the same offensive system where Shane Steichen's one of the best play callers in the league. And the offensive system he ran with Jalen Hurts in his first year as a starter, that's what got Shane Steichen the job in Indy. That's what got Jalen Hurts the buy-in for them to go out and get an A.J. Brown, right?
Yeah.
With Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor, this works. Shane Steichen's a good enough offensive mind to make it work. Now, to your point, though, I think the Sam Darnold comparison is nail on the head. The one thing I'll give Daniel Jones, they're not putting the football in his hands to throw it and win it throwing it. It's him when they get in the red zone using his legs as a threat. They're relying on his strengths as a rusher. They're not having him drop back and beat him in the pocket. They're using athleticism on the offense, so I think they'll have more success when it comes to postseason time. Now, who he is and seeing the ghost, that does linger in the back of my mind.
Sure.
This defense is really good.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's their guy. He's got a good weapon in Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren, all of that.
Yeah.
And they're not going to put it all on him to win throwing the ball, and I think that plays in favor of Daniel Jones. They know who they're working with.
Just
they understand
wait.
the ingredients they got.
Just wait till it's midnight.
We'll see.
Just wait.
We'll watch that playoff game together.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He has a playoff win, too, to his credit.
He does.
but
That was an
I ain't buying
awful
it.
Vikings defense.
It was.
And he had
I ain't
Saquon
buying it.
Barkley in that one. The Philadelphia Eagles.
The champs, you have to buy them. Look, they're loaded, man. I'm only betting
Are
against
they?
them. Yes.
And people tell me
You think they're
otherwise.
winning because of Nick Sirianni?
I think they're winning because they're all pro tackles.
Right.
They're
They're
all pro
loaded.
center. They're all pro guard. They're all
Yes.
pro receivers.
Yes.
They're all pro running back.
They're too big to fail.
They're all pro defensive line. They're studs in the secondary.
I'm betting against them for shacks and giggles because I could see them repeating. I just don't want it. I'm so sick of watching the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I want to jump off the Zakem. But they're loaded. They could be back there.
They ran through the league last year. They ran through the postseason, except for the matchup with the Rams. It was
Yes.
poetic for them to have that comeback they did last Sunday.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts was dealing. By the way, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown just showed up. This is a
Yes.
team that can win multiple ways.
They can.
This is a team that can play any type of game and come out with the victory. They're not playing their best football yet.
Right.
They are once again the best team in the league. We just saw the Chiefs repeat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked to see the Eagles repeat. I really would not.
Me either.
How good the defense is, how
Me
healthy
either.
they are as well.
I just don't want it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't want it.
I want it for everyone in that building except Nick Sirianni. I want to see Jalen Hurts.
Why do
get
we
another-
hate him so much?
Look at him. Look, what do you mean, why? Look at him.
He's got a punchable face. There's no doubt about it.
Punchable. Brother, he needs to be punched in the face. George Balkeji, Travis Thomas, this is it. We're Boston's End of the Chat here on Nesson. Catch us on Nesson Nation for the next hour, where we are every Monday through Friday. That's Nesson Nation every day, 8 to 9 a.m. on Nesson, 9 to 10 a.m. on Nesson Nation. We'll see you guys over there in the 9 o'clock hour.